Hi everyone, this is Mark Siegel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a folder and share an entire folder of files out with students and colleagues for them to be able to access. So it doesn't matter if you have anything in your drive currently or if you have, it doesn't matter if you have tons of things in your drive currently or if you want to upload stuff. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to start with create. So I'm going to go to this red button that says create. I'm going to click this, I'm going to add this thing called folder. Now, if you haven't used this in a while, it used to be called collections. Luckily, they changed it because that just didn't make any sense before. So now we're going to name the folder, and I'm going to just name this files to be shared. I'm going to create. Okay, so now I've got this extra folder that's sitting in here. And I need to put some files in that folder. So I'm going to open up that folder by clicking on it, and I can click on it either on the left or in my My Drive list. So as you can see, it says drop files here, meaning I can actually open a folder and slide and drop them in here, or I can do use the red upload button. So I'm actually going to open the folder. So now I have my folder open, and I don't want to upload everything because there's a lot of files in here that I just don't really want people to have. They don't need them for any reason, so I'm going to select only a couple files. So remember that if you want to select more than one file, you press the Control button and then you click. So I'm going to select things that are Word documents. And I'm going to throw in this PDF in here too, determine the thickness of folders. So now that I've got them and they're all selected, I'm going to click I'm going to left click and I'm going to drag across. And you can see that it says incoming. Okay, now remember, I want to be able to convert these documents because I want people to be able to see them. Now, one of them was a PDF, so I want to make sure I click this PDF because I want to see if it'll turn that PDF into a Google Doc. So it's going to take, a couple seconds, depending on how many files you put in there and how complicated the files are. It's going to take you a minute or so. So if you're uploading an entire folder and there's 50 or 60 files, you may want to stop what you're doing, go get yourself a drink and a snack, and then come back. And you can see that they're popping up in the file, in the folder that I just uploaded. And they're all converted, and they're all done. And so I'm going to close that out. Okay, so now here are all the files that I just converted. You can see even that last one did convert, even though it was a PDF. Now again, if you don't want to convert it, for example, you don't want people to be able to edit it, you're just simply sharing a file. Here's something I have, I wanted you to have a copy. Don't click that convert button. Uncheck that box and it will just give it in the original file format. WordPerfect, Word, PDF, etc. Okay, so now I've got all these files in here, and I want to be able to share all these files with everyone. Now, I don't want to have to open the file and share every single one individually. So what I want to do is I want to share the entire folder. So if I mouse over to the left-hand side, you can see that over the name of the file is this little arrow. I'm going to put this drop-down arrow, and you see it says Share. So I'm going to click Share. Now what I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually going to share the entire folder with people instead of just the individual file. So I'm going to type in the name of a person. Okay, so I can see that when I start typing in the name of a person, anyone from my contacts list is immediately going to jump up. So I can click on one name individually and add them. Now, if you're in a whole class, if you've set up a contact list, you could type in that contact list name. For example, let's say you want to share it out to period 1A. If you have that contact list, you just type in period 1A, and boom, they'll all pop up. If you're curious to know how to do that, check out the file in the library about how to add contacts to your Google account. Okay, now I want Mark Siegel to be able to edit this, so I'm going to make sure I can check it on the right-hand side. I'm not going to notify him by email. I'm going to let him find it the next time he goes into Google Drive because I'm going to tell him verbally that he needs to check that out. And I'm going to click OK. And of course, if I skip the email notification, it's going to say, hey, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to click OK. Boom. And now only he can edit it. If I want to change that, for example, if I want other people to be able to edit it, I can always click anyone with this link. And now I can email out the link for people to view it, or I can edit it. Anyone I send the link to, then they can edit it also. So this would work well if you have people outside our organization, outside of Middletown that you're sharing files with, because that will work. So you can send it to them and they can share it. And you can see along the top, these are the people who can edit it. So I'm the owner. Mark Siegel can edit it, and then it also tells me along the top that anyone with that link can also edit it, and is how I can share things very easily. If I want to change the sharing settings, you can notice that the little button appeared here with the little person with the plus sign, and I can change those sharing settings very easily and go back and say, you know what, I changed my mind. I only want people to be able to view it. Because remember, if anyone can edit it, that means they change it for everybody. So if you're doing this with a class, for example, you're doing a current events assignment, and you want the rubric, and you post the rubric to the class, and you want the kids to be able to download the rubric individually, you don't want them to edit the rubric because they could very easily change your rubric on you, and it's going to change it for all 100 and something of your students. So make sure you think about that before you do it. And now every single one of these files are shared. I'm the owner, but I can see along the top they're shared with me. And that's how you can mass share files with your students just by a simple click.